Very much, and look forward to it, sir. And it's always a pleasure having you with us here on the program on CNBC-TV18. Thanks indeed. Well, Federal Bank is the next management we have waiting by. They've seen an outstanding business momentum in the second quarter. This is, of course, the pre-quarterly update which comes out. Deposit growth is the best in 6 quarters, while year-on-year loan growth is the best in 16 quarters. We have Mr. Venkatraman Venkateswaran, CFO at Federal Bank, now joining in to take some questions. So thanks very much. Great to have you with us here on the program. Thank Prashant this side. Could you, so this is very strong momentum that we've seen. Could you tell us on the asset side, which are the segments, pockets which have done very well?
Yeah, good morning, Prashant, and thank you for having me on the show. I will speak about what we have disclosed to the market, because given that it's close period. So in terms of momentum, we have seen the credit growth pretty strong, carried forward from Q1. We have seen a broad-based growth in the advances side across segments, Prashant.
But could you be a little more specific? Which, what buckets, without, of course, specifying or going into details? Yeah, that we'll leave for the results. But yeah.
That's right. That's right. It's across segments, like I said, both the retail and the corporate commercial banking segment. Across products, we have seen very good double-digit growth quarter on quarter. And it's in line with the guidance we had given at the end of Q1 as well. We expect to see the advances grow by 18 to 20% for the year.
Okay. Mr. Venkataraman, good morning. So in terms of corporate loan book, how's that playing out? I mean, we've gone through a period of deleveraging, but how are things looking now?
Yeah, morning, Anuj. In terms of specifically corporate loan book, if you look at the top end of the corporates, the pricing is still very fine, and the liquidity is still pretty strong at that part of the market. But if you go a notch below, and then in the commercial banking segment, you do see a lot of opportunities to grow the book at a, I would say, a better pricing opportunity as well. So the top end is still very, very, in terms of fine pricing.
Mr. Venkateswaran, good morning and thanks for joining in. I was speaking with a couple of auto OEM manufacturers, and they indicated to me that going forward, because of rising interest rates and higher inflation, consumption demand could get hit quite a bit. Would this slow down retail loan growth, you think, over the course of the next 6 to 12 months? Is that a legitimate fear?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on this particular aspect. As we see right now, the momentum into Q3 is pretty strong with the festive season. Of course, it depends on a lot of external factors as well, and things can change quite rapidly with the dynamic global situation. But as we see things, at least the next 2 quarters, we should see the demand growth being quite robust. We'll have to wait and see what impact the rate hikes have on the consumption side.
And what about the SME portfolio? Are you seeing an increased demand there with lower slippages? Because that portion got hit quite a bit, right? Especially in the pandemic years. How is the situation on ground now?
Yeah, the SME specifically has come out quite strongly, and all the support which they got during the COVID period has been, I would say, well deserved, and we are seeing very good performance in that segment, and the growth in that particular book is also quite robust.
Okay, all right. So that's on the SME portfolio. Tell us a little bit about the credit card business as well. The momentum has been quite strong this time. For you, what's the outlook on what the growth could look like over the year?
Yeah, as you know, we are probably a late entrant. We have just entered into the credit card segment less than a year. Now we have our organic sourcing, as well as we also have a tie-up with the fintech FPL, where we do credit cards. The growth, since the base is small, let's keep that in mind. The growth is very good, good momentum, and we see a lot of scope to increase the book in that particular, both through the organic and through the partnership route.
Okay, we'll leave it there today, sir. Thanks a lot for joining us.